What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy Ann for CancerMoonsTarot. I'm coming at you guys with the daily readings. The first one I see is the first one I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what's going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs of love. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok. If y'all want to drop a follow, I would gratefully appreciate that. Shout out to my notification gang. I love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, everybody, the first one I see is the first one I read, and the first one I saw was Libra, so we're gonna get it poppin'. Shout out to Adriana, shout out to the Libra gang. As always, everybody, do want to mention to you, if you guys want to get a personal reading, check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It is linked in the description box below if you would like to book me there. Now I'm going to say what's up here to some peeps, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So what's going on, Adriana? What's going on, Julie? Unapologetic Converse, Tasha? What's up, Iddy, Annie, Amanda, Aries, Burton? What's going on, Kelly, Teresa, Natalie? Hello. What's up, Misty? What's going on, JK, Sunray Moon, Valerie, Alexia? How is everybody doing, baby? I hope you guys are doing pretty damn well. Without a further ado, let's get it popping. We're going to start out here with Team Libra tonight, so let's see what's going on for you beautiful Libra peeps. What insight and information is showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Moving along into the next 24 hours. What's going to be showing up here, please, for our lovely Libra gang? Team Libra. We're going to get about maybe 2 more shuffles, and we'll see what's going on with you, babe. Hopefully, we are looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Libra, overall energy for you is a 5 of Swords in reverse. Taking a look into the current energy we have here, a 2 of Wands in reverse. What you're dealing with, y'all, we got here a Star in reverse, and looking at the outcome for you is going to be a 4 of Wands in the upright position. So let's get into it, guys, and see what's in store here for you. Now, Libra peeps, I feel like first and foremost, you start out here with a 5 of Swords in reverse, and then you pair that here to a 2 of Wands in reverse as well. It kind of feels to me like you're at a period of time where you're letting go here of getting stuck making decisions. You don't want indecisiveness or indecision to be at play anymore in some sort of situation. 5 of Swords here says, if I can't choose one over the other, choose neither. And this is one of my favorite pieces of advice to give to people all the time. If you can't choose between fucking Jameson and fucking Braden, and you don't know if you want one over the other, choose neither of them, because neither of them are going to fulfill you. At the end of the day, if somebody else stands out like Michael, then Michael's the one for you. But if nobody stands out directly, then neither of those choices and opportunities are for you. If you can't tell that you want to be a pro ice skater or a fucking photographer, and neither of them is, what's not, one isn't standing out over the other, if you're finding yourself at a crossroads constantly, neither of those paths are for you. At the end of the day, what's truly for you is going to be what stands out. So Libras, I think you're just done with indecision here. I don't know if it's about love, career, your personal life and path, but looking at what you're dealing with here, Star reverse, what I'm hearing for Libras is you're saying, I just feel so unaligned. And I get that feeling, man. I understand that. I understand what it's like to feel so unaligned and not knowing where your path is going to go or where things are going. But that's a part of the journey, baby. Life is about getting lost a little bit sometimes in order to be found, And it's a pretty exciting feeling when we actually let go and recognize, wait a minute, shit'll work out. I don't need to worry too much, right? If I am feeling stuck at a crossroads constantly, the truth is neither of those options are for you, because if one stuck out, you would have went for it, And as difficult and frustrating as it can be to feel a little bit lost on our path sometimes, it does not mean you're lost forever. Sometimes we need to go with the flow, experience new shit in order for that path to begin. We have to let go of what isn't for us in order to explore the new opportunities to get towards what is, right? So looking at the outcome here, 4 of Wands, Libra's over here having a jolly old time moving into the next 24 hours. I feel like the 4 of Wands here is about saying, you know what, right now I need to focus on enjoying my environment that I have in front of me, and I need to recognize that at the end of the day, granted, something or a couple of things might not have been for me. Granted, I feel a little bit lost on a certain path in a certain area of my life. It doesn't mean that I don't have a home. It doesn't mean that I don't have people around me and a life around me that I'm constantly building and working towards. As lost as I feel, I know I'm on the right path. I think a lot of you are starting to come to that conclusion. Granted, I might not know where I'm going in my career or in my love life. It doesn't mean that I'm not on the right path. It just simply means that maybe what's for me hasn't come in yet. But with that being said, I'm going to try to focus on what's stable in my life now, and I'm going to try to explore new opportunities with an open mind and with curiosity. Because guess what? Allowing yourself to explore is always what's going to take you to that next level. But if you're holding on, constantly saying, why couldn't this work out or why couldn't that work out, you're just delaying yourself from meeting or starting that beautiful new chapter of your life. Let go of what isn't working so that you can be a little bit lost for a while, but inevitably be found. Okay? I love you, Libra. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for stopping on by. So, we began here, Libra, with the air signs, right? So we're going to jump on in to our next zodiac. Libra, thank you for stopping by. Air signs went up first here today, so we're going to do air, water, fire, and earth for today's daily lineup. Adriana said, Aunt, that home line, you have no idea how much I need to hear that. Thank you. You're very welcome, and happy to resonate with you and, give you a piece of something that, definitely could help out, okay? All right, guys, like I said, though, we're going to do air, water, fire, and earth. Jumping into our water signs, let's have a look here at the fish and see what's going on for Team Pisces, okay? What insight and information is showing up here for our Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiac. Moving on in to the next 24 hours. What's going to be showing up here for our fish? Messages in store here for Pisces. Moving along into tomorrow. Let's go ahead, guys, and give it a check out. Piscean overall energy for you is going to be a Fool in reverse. You could be connecting here possibly with a Emperor or an Emperor. You could be connecting here possibly with a Aries. Taking a look here at the current energy, the Emperor card, another Aries zodiac card coming out for you. Looking at what you're dealing with, the Moon card, which is your energy, Pisces, and looking at the outcome, the Six of Cups showing up here for you as well for your next 24-hour period. Piscean, you got a Fool reversed here to an Emperor in the upright. I feel like this is about recognizing I gotta stop trying to control my feelings. You got a Moon card showing up, which is often it's often a big symbol here of feelings in general. I think that these are feelings towards the past, looking at the outcome being the Six of Cups. Six of Cups can represent the past, and Emperor card could represent a sense of control. Fool in reverse can represent a sense of letting go. So what this reading is telling me, guys, is you're trying to no longer be in control of trying to force yourself to get over something that has happened. You're starting to recognize that trying to force yourself to move on is only going to keep you more stuck. And I know from personal experience, when I try to force myself to move on, I'm more stuck. When I try to force myself to be happy, I'm more miserable. When you're forcing something and there isn't authenticity to it, it's never going to be genuine. It's never going to be something that feels real, So Pisces, if you guys have had feelings about a past situation that you're not yet over, I want you to know that it's okay to not be over it, okay? You're going to get people that are going to tell you, guys, move on, get over it, right? But nobody's you, man. Everybody moves on at their own pace. I constantly preach that there's no timestamp on healing. When you move forward is when you move forward. So you don't have to sit here consuming what other people tell you, right? You don't even have to sit here and consume what I'm telling you. I get so many comments of people saying, why are you always telling me to do this? I ain't telling you shit. I'm telling you what I see, but your choices are your choice, babe. So Piscean overall, though, for you, I think that you're in the process where you're trying to tell yourself, I can't force myself to move on anymore. I need to move on when I'm ready. And keep in mind, this doesn't even have to be about cliche love, like, oh, I'm still hung up on my ex. I mean, maybe some of you are, but maybe a good majority of you aren't. Maybe you still have a lot of hurt in your past from something that went down between you and a friend or a family member. Maybe you went through a difficult time in your career and that's something that still affects you today. It don't matter what it is. It's personal to you. It matters for sure. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is despite what it is, you have the right to feel. So don't try to force yourself and push yourself to move on. Heal at your own pace. There's no timestamp on healing. And at the end of the day, when you're ready to let go, you'll let go. Trying to force that path is never going to feel good, and it's never going to be true, right? You're never going to truly move on unless you actually allow yourself to go through that kind of grieving process. So Pisces, take your time. Don't worry about what other people have to say to you, okay? Take your time, and when you move on is when you move on. All right, guys? I love you. Enjoy your journey. Focus on your healing for sure, but there's no timestamp and no time slot that you need to be healed and perfect and moved on by. So don't mind taking your time. All right? All right, Pisces, I love you. Let's keep it popping, pushing and moving forward. Thank you for coming out here tonight. So we have done the water and the air. We're going to get on into our fire signs here next, okay? What's up, Lizzie? How are you doing? You said it's nice to be on time for the first time. That's what's up. What's going on, Taylor? Perfect timing. I'm a Pisces moon. Welcome in. What's going on, Diona? How are you? By the way, Red Sky, thank you for keeping up with the signs. Appreciate you, my love. Hope you are doing well. All right, guys, let's get on into it. We're going to jump into fire. Getting into the fire signs, let's have a look here at the Sagittarius rolling on into tomorrow. What insight and information do we got showing up here for Saggy? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Moving into the next 24 hours. What is up here, Team Sagittarius? We're going to get about one more shuffle, everybody, and we'll see what we got going on. Sagittarian, overall energy for you is a High Priestess in reverse. Looking at your current energy here, we got here a Knight of Wands in reverse, what you're dealing with, guys. We got a Nine of Cups in reverse, and looking at the outcome for you is going to be a Six of Pentacles in the upright position. Interesting. I feel like you have been holding back information. You've been holding back either how you feel or you've been withholding some sort of information for a bit. The current energy is the Knight of Wands reverse, so you're not wanting to come forward and tell somebody what's going on. I do want to say, Sagittarius, if you are kind of caught in drama that's not necessarily your own, I feel like in the next 24 hours, you're not spilling any tea. You're not telling people what you know. You're staying out of the drama as much as possible because at the end of the day, it might be a really intense and tough situation. And right now, you want to be in a place of peace. So I'm not sure if somebody may possibly loop you in a drama just by you being guilty of knowing something. However, though, it's not your business and you're staying out of the business of others. And that's not always such a bad thing. People will often tell a person something that's going on in hopes that they will get that person looped into their drama. But always remember, guys, you have a choice whether or not you want to be invested in somebody else's drama. And at the end of the day here, Sag, for those of you that may have some information about something, or for those of you that may know a secret, or for those of you that may have some hidden knowledge, I definitely feel like you just don't want to get involved. So word to the wise, if you don't want to get involved, you don't have to. Don't let other people loop you into what they got going on. Now, on the flip side, if that's not what the reading is portraying for you, in another way of looking at this reading, it can be saying that right now you might be at a point where you're moving a little bit more low-key with what's going on in your life. I feel like Knight of Wands reverse here is saying I'm making moves for myself, not for other people. And I think that's so important. You know, there's a lot of people who make moves to impress other people, right? There's people who will go out and buy a nice car, and it's not even that they bought the nice car for themselves. It's like, look how cool I'll be in my BMW. You know, all my friends will think I'm the shit. All these girls will love me, or all the boys will love me, right? Who fucking cares about your BMW, okay? Word of advice to the BMW owners. As long as you fuck with it, I'm happy for you. But if you're doing it to impress other people, you're wasting a lot of money. Okay, there's a reason it's called BMW. It's break my wallet. Okay, moving on forward, those Sagittarians. This energy coming into play is like, I'm not moving low-key, or I'm not doing things to impress others. Like, I'm moving low-key because I'm trying to create moves for myself, not for other people. I'm not here to impress anybody, but I'm here to do the best for me. And looking at what you're dealing with right now, being the Nine of Cups reverse, this could be representative of like, hey, maybe nothing's perfect right now in my life. I'm doing what I can to put myself in a good position. Maybe right now it's not the best. Maybe right now it's a little rough around the edges, but I'm going to keep up a positive morale. Looking at the outcome, Six of Pentacles, I'm going to do what I can here to continue to stay in a mind of peace. Because you know what, guys? Heaven and hell, whether or not you believe in it in a Catholicism way or you believe in it in the way that I'm about to portray, but heaven and hell very much so can be a state of being, right? When we are suffering, one can say we're in hell. When we are full of bliss, one can say we're in heaven. So your vibration will dictate how you will experience your reality. And when you're in a space where things may not be going fantastic, if you continue to suffer in that energy, it's very hard to stay motivated to turn it around. However, though, if you remain high vibrating, despite the circumstances you're facing, you're giving yourself the opportunity to change your circumstances with having a powerful energy that also in return will make you more motivated to change the circumstances in general. So Sagittarians, like I said, another way I'm looking at this reading is you're not moving for other people right now. You're not trying to impress anybody right now. You are moving low key and making moves for you. And right now, life might not be perfect, but I'm going to maintain a positive morale, because at the end of the day, having a positive headspace and a high vibrational attitude is what's going to get me to my next stage. You know, nobody's ever thrived on negativity, but people have always thrived on a positive mindset. Remember that, okay? I love you, Sag. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for tuning on in. Really interesting read tonight, all right? All right, guys, we did our fire. We're going to jump on into our earth signs, getting on into the earth. Let's take a look here at the lovely and amazing Virgo gang. What's up here, Virgo baby? What insight and information do we got rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What's coming up here, please, for our beautiful signs of Virgo? Rolling on into tomorrow. What's up, Taylor? You said thank you for doing these daily readings. Of course, my love. You're very welcome. Thank you for watching. It means a lot, guys. For those of you that tune in on the daily, or those of you that tune in once in a while, either way, or if you're new and it's your first time here, just know that you guys are so appreciated, man. Thank you. Wouldn't be here if y'all weren't here, man. So thank you, everybody, okay? All right, though, Virgo, what is up with you? Overall energy for you guys is going to be the Hierophant in the reverse. You could be connecting here with a Taurus for some of you. Taking a look into the current energy, we got here a Hangman card in the upright. Looking at what you're dealing with, you got here a Knight of Pentacles. Looking at the outcome, Virgo, you got here a Page of Swords in the reverse position. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Virgo peeps, Hierophant reversed here, Hangman in the upright. This is Taurus energy, and this is also Pisces energy showing up here in the reading too. Now, you got a Hierophant reverse, which represents the energy of no longer being devoted or committed. The current energy being the Hangman, which could represent the energy of feeling stuck. So I think you're recognizing that a commitment was keeping you trapped, or some sort of devotion was keeping you trapped. Maybe some of you were very devoted to always assisting and aiding others over yourself. Maybe you're realizing, holy fuck, prioritizing other people and committing to other people over me is really starting to jet lag my life a bit. Maybe I'm not making any sort of progress because I'm not putting enough time into myself. So some of you might be deciding to step back from over investing in other people or overly committing to other people when you need a commitment to yourself as well. Whether or not, though, it's about overcommitment to other people, maybe you're overly committed to your job, maybe you're overly committed to your friends, or overly committed to a path. The point here is, though, Virgo, is that you feel like you're lacking balance and you need more of it in your life. Looking at what you're dealing with, Knight of Pentacles, I think that this has been an ongoing situation for a while, where you have noticed that you've been making a lot of strides and commitments to almost everything else but yourself. So with the outcome here being the Page of Swords reversed, Page of Swords reversed here says, it is time for me to pull back a bit, but to not be hesitant to cater to me. You know, it can be really hard when we're used to always catering to others, and we can feel hesitant to cater to ourselves because it's not really the norm. It's not what we're comfortable with. It's not what we're used to, but I want you to know that it's incredibly okay to put yourself first. All right, so yeah, you're done with the over investing and the over committing to someone or something. You are taking out more time to make sure that you're focusing on your stability and your security. Your security matters, guys, and as kind and as loving and as beautiful and amazing you Virgo peeps are, I want you to know that it's okay to put aside the security of others right now to secure yourself. All right, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you, beautiful peeps, for tuning on in. Okay, all right, everybody, first batch of zodiacs are done here for the daily. We're going to be getting into our second batch of signs here shortly, okay? By the way, hey, what's going on, May? How are you? You said hello, everybody, and hey, Aunt, how are you? Sagittarian here from the Philippines. God bless. I'm doing pretty dang good. Thank you for asking, and I hope you're doing great, too. All right? Also, hey, Fawn, how are you? Thank you so much for coming by tonight. I hope you're doing good. Whew. The tiredness is starting to kick in, everybody. Anyhow, though, we're going to get into our next batch soon, guys. We did start out here with air. So Geminis, you guys are up next, okay? Happy Gemini season. Shout out to the Gems. Happy birthday to you guys. And let's see what we got going on, okay? Let's get into it, baby. What insight and information do we got rolling on in here for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Rolling on into the next 24 hours. What's going to be showing up here, please, for our zodiac signs of Gemini? Moving on into tomorrow. Let's go ahead and check it out. We're going to get this last shuffle. Let's not drop all these cards, please, Anthony. Thank you. Let's get one more shuffle, and we'll see what's going on, man. Hopefully we're looking at some lovely stuff. Gemini, overall energy for you is going to be an Emperor in reverse. Taking a look into the current energy, y'all. You got a 9 of Wands in reverse, what you're dealing with, guys. 10 of Cups in reverse. Looking at the outcome for Gemini peeps is going to be the 2 of Cups in the reverse position as well. Geminis, I do want to note you could be connecting here with an Aries as we have the Emperor card showing up for you, but nonetheless, you got an Emperor card, and then you're pairing this here to a 9 of Wands in reverse as well. So what I would say for Geminis is it does seem to me like you guys are getting to a point where you're becoming a lot more vulnerable in a situation. This is definitely giving me vulnerability. Looking at what you're dealing with, 10 of Cups reversed here, this often represents not feeling very fulfilled. It's an energy that could represent that right now I'm just not happy with a lot of things or with the way that things are. And looking at the outcome here too, 2 of Cups reversed, granted, the 2 of Cups reverse can be representative of feeling disconnected from people. It could also be about feeling disconnected from yourself. And intuitively, I feel like that's where more of you are at. It's like, I'm just not happy with the way my life is going, and I feel disconnected from myself. I feel disconnected from who I am, because considering that I'm not happy with the way things are going, life feels a lot different. It feels like the circumstances have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot. And in return, I'm not happy with the way things are, and I just haven't really felt connected to who I am. So you're in this weird energy where it's like you're trying to identify with the old life you had, but that identity has definitely shifted and changed into something that maybe you're not particularly happy with. But I think I need to remind you, Gemini, that your identity can be whatever you want it to be. Remember, guys, we can pick our identity. We're not defined by how we grew up, or who people think we are, or who our family thinks we are. Sure, everybody's going to have their own perception of you, but nobody's ever going to know the real you but you. And however you want to identify yourself and your life as going forward is totally up to you. If you want to shift your identity, and let's say right now your current identity is I'm unhappy with life, I am not in the best financial circumstances, I'm not in the best circumstances with friends, like if that's the current reality and identity you have, you can decide to shift that. You can decide to say, you know what, I'm now going to shift into the person who's happy with my finances, who's happy with my friends, who's building avidly an amazing fucking life. But in order for you to shift into that identity, you have to start believing that that's the person you can and will become. When you start to bring and sprinkle in belief that there can be a transformation, and you start to plan out the kind of life you want for yourself to a T, when you start working on that life, you can make it a reality, but the belief is really what sparks everything. So I just want to throw that out there, man. You don't have to be this Gemini version right now. You can be a brand new version of yourself, but in order to merge into that, you have to start identifying with what that version would be like. If your version of yourself, the new version, the greater version, is a person who's happy, we have to start identifying with things in life that make you happy. If the newer version of yourself is a person who's financially secure, we have to start identifying with financially secure habits. What would you do to be more financially secure? When we take these kinds of strides, we quite literally shift our identity into something new. So this is really amazing. I like it a lot, Gemini people. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But I like, most importantly too, that you are tapping into vulnerability, right? You have to admit where you're at in order to make a change. You know, you can't live in circumstances and deny. You have to admit that, hey, I don't like these circumstances. But when you can admit that you don't like them, now you can choose to do something about them, right? So wishing you the best of luck, guys. Thank you for watching, of course. And let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Shout out the Gemini gang. So we have touched base here, y'all. Excuse me, everybody. The yawn is coming out. But we have touched base here, guys, with our air sign. We're jumping into our water signs here next, okay? Also, real quick, what's going on, Doris? How are you? Glad that you caught alive, my love. Valerie said, I'm listening and eating a late night dinner. Love that for you. That sounds like a great time. Starseed Gem said, I'm Popper, but it's getting better. Glad it's getting better for you. Heather Ann, hello, hello. 1033, phones at 33%, 99 viewers. Smash those likes. Heather Ann also said, glad to see Ant and his badass soul fam tonight. Beautiful moon out there, by the way. It is indeed. It absolutely is. And thank you, Heather Ann, for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Kyle, for stopping by. Really appreciate you too. All right, guys, let's get into our water. We're going to take a look here, y'all, next at Team Cancer. So Cancerians, do stay tuned, okay? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy hump day. Cancer, let's get into it, guys. What's going on? What insight and info do we got showing up here for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus rolling on in to the next 24 hours. What's going to be going on here, please? For the Zodiac Asim Cancer, rolling on into tomorrow. Cancerian. One more shuffle, they say. One more shuffle you shall get. Let's go ahead and take a look. Overall energy, Cancerian. 10 of Swords, current energy coming into play for you. High Priestess in reverse, what you're dealing with, everybody. Star in reverse, looking at the outcome here for Cancerian, is going to be the 4 Cups in reverse as well. Cancer, what's going on here, baby? There's definitely some sort of ending, but I'm hearing it's a purge and a cleanse all in one. I like this. It's a purge and a cleanse all in one. Your next 24 hours is about letting go of something that has been a pretty big blockage for you for quite a long time. High Priestess reversed, opening up what's been in the dark, doing a bit of shadow work in the next 24 hours, empowering yourself to finally let go of what's been lurking in the shadows or what's been lurking in the most negative parts of your mind. I think that you guys are bringing to the surface something that's created a negative impact in your life that's been following you and has been with you for quite some time. Maybe you've had a negative outlook on yourself and it's time for that to be released. Maybe you've had a negative outlook on money, a negative outlook on your life as a whole, or friendship or relationship. But there's been a very big negative situation that I feel has followed you for a very long time because you have fed a lot of energy into that and you have breathed a lot of life into that. And tomorrow you're saying no more. No more. It is no longer required of me to feed this negativity that's been living within me because I'm done with it. It's not going to serve me ever. It never has served me ever. And I refuse to carry this going forward in my life. You are having a beautiful purging session, Cancer, where you are releasing something that has been honestly following you for so long. And you finally feel like you can free yourself from it. I love it. You know, looking at what you're dealing with here, Star in reverse, something that has distracted you from your path. Something that has pretty much knocked you off course. Maybe your own negativity in regards to love has knocked you off your course for your love life. Maybe your own negativity about your career has knocked you off course about your career. But your next 24 hours is about finally letting go so that we can get back into the flow of things and get back onto our path of where we actually want to be in our lives. So you've had a pretty major blockage, I feel, that's followed you around for a bit, guys. But tomorrow you realize I cannot keep on feeding into this blockage and this negativity. It's not something that benefits me. It's time to officially let go in order for me to redirect myself to where I truly want to be in my life. Star card, you're ready for alignment, guys. It's taken a while, I think, to open up your eyes to how bad the investment in this negative blockage has been. I think that if it's about like your outlook on a situation, you've probably had a bad outlook on something for a very long time. But the next 24 hours is going to be a very eye-opening experience for you. You're getting a sign of some sort. Maybe you're going to get a YouTube video that randomly pops up in your recommended that just changes your outlook on everything. Maybe you're going to have a friend say some remarkable words to you that pretty much changes your outlook, or a family member, or maybe this reading is going to change your outlook as well. But I feel like Cancers are getting a positive trigger tomorrow that's moving you in the right direction. I can't keep this blockage in my life anymore. And by the way, the reference of blockage is a mental blockage. It is a negative belief you have been feeding into. I cannot carry this negative belief with me anymore. It is time for that to change, which is so beautiful, guys. So I'm very excited for you because this has been a long time coming, and this release is going to be very powerful for you. Okay? My beautiful Cancers, I love you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but we're going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you guys for coming out here tonight, okay? All right, guys, we have done our wonderful water. We're going to hop on into our fire here next. I do want to say, of course, Marlene, hello. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day here so far, my love. And thank you, of course, as always, with keeping up with the timestamps. I appreciate that. What's going on, Callie? You said, what's up, Callie? How are you? Thanks for stopping on by here, too. All right, guys, getting on into our fire signs. Let's see what's up here for Team Leo. Rolling on into tomorrow. What insight and information do we got showing up for the line? Gang, baby. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Rolling on into our next 24 hours, what's going to be coming up here for Leo? Moving on into tomorrow. Let's go ahead and check it out here. Leo, baby, hopefully we are looking at some wonderful, wonderful stuff. Overall energy for the Leos, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, taking a look at the current energy. Ace of Swords in reverse, what you're dealing with here. 7 of Swords in reverse, looking at the outcome here for you. 6 of Wands here in the reverse position too. I feel like you've been trying to give something the benefit of the doubt. You've been trying to like something or someone, but I keep hearing with the 2 of Pentacles, it's like, it could be better, you know? Maybe a person you're dealing with, you're trying really hard to like them, but you're like, it could be better. Okay, maybe you feel like a job you got into, you're trying to connect with it and like it, maybe it could be better. I'm feeling this energy where you're a little bit iffy about something, and you are going to get to a point in your next 24 hours where it's like, I cannot deny the truth no longer. Whatever this is, it's just okay. And it's okay that it's just okay. Looking at what you're dealing with, 7 of Wands reversed, I'm no longer going to try to persuade myself any different. I'm just going to accept the fact that maybe something's just, it's all right. And I don't need to, try my darnest to make it work, right? I think a lot of times, guys, we'll see things, and whether it's a person, a job, etc., we'll do our best to make it work as much as possible. But it's totally okay, guys, to give people and situations chances and then realize that maybe this is just okay and not really totally fulfilling, and I'm ready for something else, So looking at the outcome here, 6 of Wands reversed, yeah, I think that you're not seeing much of a successful future here with what's right in front of you, and you're starting to realize it's okay that that's the case. There is something else out there that's going to be more exciting and enticing and what I want, and in order for me to have that and explore that, I got to be willing to be open to a new experience. So I feel like you're not sticking around anymore. I feel like you have been really trying to give someone or something the benefit of the doubt, but it's like you're realizing I can't deny it no longer. This is just a situation that's okay, and it's not entirely everything I'm looking for. So I definitely feel like Leos here are setting sail to find what it is they're looking for, but you're definitely beginning to accept that something just isn't 100% what you want, and that's fine. Okay, beautiful. And it is fine, all right? Don't try to force yourself to connect or to, invest in something that just doesn't set your soul on fire. Leos, you're so passionate. You have such fire in your life. Make sure that you're connecting with what fuels that fire in you, babe, because Leos, you guys can shine as bright as a fucking star when you have that fire fueled, okay? Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Much love and appreciation to you. So, we have done the fire, guys. We're going to jump back on into our earth signs, and we're going to check out here Team Capricorn. So, Cappy, let's see what's in store here for you. What insight and information is rolling on in here for the Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What is showing up here, please, for our beautiful signs of Capricorn moving into tomorrow? Let's go ahead and check it out, guys. We're going to get our final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on. Capricorn's overall energy for you is a Page of Swords. Looking at the current energy, we got here a King of Swords. What you're dealing with, you got a Queen of Cups in reverse. Looking at the outcome, 6 of Swords. I'm hearing a tough conversation or tough conversations ahead. Capricorn, it feels to me like you've been hesitant to talk about something with someone. It could be a family member, friend, or lover. You've been pretty hesitant to have a conversation, but in the next 24 hours, you're saying, okay, it's time for business. It's time to lay down the law. It's time to be disciplined. And despite the hesitation, I'm going to have a tough conversation with somebody. And even if I may not be comfortable nor like the conversation itself, I need to speak my truth, and I can't hold back any longer. Looking at what you're dealing with right now, Queen of Cups reversed. I feel like having whatever this conversation is, it is something that's pretty emotionally straining on you. I feel like this conversation definitely hits you in an emotional spot. So that's why you've been pretty apprehensive about having it. But overall, with the outcome here being the 6 of Swords, I think you're going to be really relieved that you had whatever this conversation is. Maybe you got to tell somebody, listen, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Some of you might be in the process of moving on or something tomorrow. Maybe some of you need to have a tough conversation about reality and how things are really going in your life, or what you see from an outside perspective, etc. But I feel like you're having a tough convo with someone. You're speaking your truth. You cannot hold back any longer, and it's going to be a very free freeing feeling with the Six of Swords here. You're going to be glad that you did it. Of course, it was tough to do it, but you're glad that you did it. And there's a giant sigh of relief coming into play for you. So if you need to have a tough conversation with somebody, Capricorn, do it in the next 24 hours. I think you'll be relieved that you do it. And ultimately, as tough as the conversation may be, it was definitely needed to communicate whatever it is you've needed to say. So make sure that you have that convo, as tough as it may be. It's going to be one of the best forms of release for you, and it's going to bring in a ton of relief for you moving into tomorrow. Okay, I love you, Capricorns. Thanks for stopping by. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have done, everybody, our second batch of zodiac signs for the daily read. We're going to get into our last and our final batch here shortly. Okay, all right, guys, real quick. What's going on, Hershey? Can everybody say a prayer that I get a new job soon? My job is mentally and emotionally draining. I'm doing everything to leave. Well, I'm sorry to hear you're going through a rough time here with your job, but at the end of the day, definitely sending my prayers your way for a brand new job. Don't give up. Keep on applying, keep on focusing on the kind of career field you want to get into, and always remember, sprinkle in that belief that you can have that job. You know, something wonderful you can do is every night before you go to bed, visualize, right? One of the greatest ways to access your subconscious mind is actually when you're in that state of sleep where it's like right when you're about to sleep, but you're still conscious. So one of my favorite things to do with manifestation is visualizing before bed. So imagine yourself in the first person point of view, being at the job that you love. Imagine what it looks like and feels like. Get your senses involved. What does it smell like? What is it, you know, who's around you? What are you doing, right? Picture all that stuff and take it all in. It can really help you out too in attracting that kind of new job a heck of a lot quicker. So it's interesting. Give it a check out, okay? Jocelyn, what's up? You said, oof, I missed Cappy. I made a big move today. Hee hee. Ooh, congratulations. I don't know if you mean a move in terms of like a physical relocation, or maybe you're just making moves out here, Jocelyn. Whatever's happening though for you. I love it for you. Very, very awesome and cool. Pisces love. Hello, hello. How are you? Hope you guys are doing well, man. All right, last and final batch is coming up, guys, so give me a moment or so, okay? How's your Wednesday been, everybody? It's been a pretty solid day, man. How's your moon experience too, man? Hope you guys are having a good one. As tired as I may be right now, I am in such a good mood today. I had a good one, man. I had a good day. Trying to share that love with you guys too. All right, guys, air signs are up. Aquarius, you are up. Let's see what's up here, baby. Team Aquarius, what's poppin'? What insight and information do we got showing up here for the Aqua? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, I love that, Aquarius. The moment we got into your reading, 111 viewers joined the chat. 111, new beginnings is the symbolization. Or the symbolism. Symbolization is not a word, Anthony, but it's the symbolism. So there could be new beginnings in store for you. There could be something fresh coming in for you. I think that it's been needed. So that's really wonderful. If you've been interested in starting a new path, this is the time. Take it as your sign. Anyhow, let's get our last shuffle and see what's going on. Aquarius, overall energy for you is a 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Looking at the current energy, we got here a 5 of Pentacles. What you're dealing with here, you got a 10 of Swords. Looking at the outcome for you, you got here a High Priestess in the reverse position. Let's have a look here, Aquarius. Okay. You begin here 4 of Pence reversed. You pair this as well with the 5 of Pentacles. So that's an interesting feeling. I think that the 5 of Pentacles can often be a card that represents where you feel left out in the cold. And I think that the one thing you're releasing is that feeling. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm left out anymore, because if I'm not included, guess what? It is what it is. If I'm not invested or included in something, that's something that's simply not for me. I feel like you're changing your perspective of being left out in the cold, because at the end of the day, what's meant for you will be with you. And if something isn't working, it's not, and you're taking it as a blessing. I feel like you're tapping into the energy of, at the end of the day, shit that happens is a blessing in disguise. You know, if friends suddenly phase out of your life and they choose to not include you in plans and all things of that nature, are they really even your fucking friends? That's just the universe's way of showing you, hey, we're cycling out these people who ain't for you, dude, so we can make room for the people who are for you, you know? I remember, especially talking friendships, I've gone through tons of friendships growing up in my life, especially through my teen years, that really phased out, and I remember being excluded by them, and how much that hurt and how much it sucked to always feel like I was left out in the cold. But little did I know, like, the universe was just trying to show me the whole time, hey, Aunt, they're not your friends. They're not for you. They're not meant for what comes next on your path. And if you allow yourself to let go, you will make the room for the right kinds of people. And surely I did, and the right kinds of people really came in. And keep in mind, guys, Aquarius, whether or not this is about friends and letting go of feeling left out by them, or whether this is about feeling left out in the cold in your career or in love or all things of that nature, I want you to remember that it may not be your time yet, but that doesn't mean your time is never coming, okay? Let yourself let go of what isn't working, because it's okay. Whatever it is you resist persists. Remember, resistance is just a persistence, okay? So it's not worth continuously investing and fighting against the tide. You want to ride the wave. You know, think about and imagine a giant wave coming at you. Do you want to fight the fucking tide and fight that big wave, or do you want to ride that wave safely back to shore? That's what it's really about. So don't go in the face of resistance. Instead, catch that wave and go with the flow, babe. Looking at the outcome for you here, High Priestess reversed. I feel like in your next 24 hours, you're beginning to realize on an intuitive level, once again, this is a blessing in disguise the universe is trying to show me. When things aren't working for you, the universe says let go so you can make room for what will. And if it's friendship, if it's love, if it's career, whatever the case may be, if you can let yourself make that room, whatever is meant for you will most certainly come in. So Aquarius says, don't be afraid to let go, and no longer hold yourself to that perspective of, I'm so left out. You're not left out. Actually, whatever wasn't meant for you was removed, and that's okay. You know, so accept the fact that it's a blessing. And when you can let go of that shit, you're going to start to see the good stuff and the good peeps and the good situations come in. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, Aquarius. Let's keep it poppin', pushing, and moving forward. So we have done all the air signs here for today's daily read. Coming up next is going to be the water signs, and that's going to be Team Scorpio. So Scorpios, you guys are up next, okay? Hey Raven, you said lots of people are letting go of old patterns and people that aren't for them. Several friends are going through breakups and letting goes, etc. Love to you all doing the same. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Elizabeth said, I'm doing pretty good. I impulsively dyed my hair half pink. Badass. I love that for you. I get impulsive with my hair sometimes too. I've always wondered, I'm like, should I dye my hair? And then I'm like, nah, I kind of like my natural hair color. But I'm always like, I can never figure out, do I want my hair to just be short as fuck? Like, I thought about shaving my head bald for the fuck of it and growing a beard for fun. Or do I want to grow it out like fucking Jesus? I have no idea what I ever want to do with my hair. That's why it's always cooped up in a fucking hat or a beanie. But I don't know, man. At some point in my life, I'm going to have Jesus hair. It's just going to be all the way down here. You know, probably before male pattern baldness sets in at the age of like fucking 28. So I'll probably grow out my hair super, super long, longer than even I've previously had it at one point or another. But you might see me, guys, one day where I just shave it bald and say fuck it and grow a giant beard for the fuck of it. I don't know, man. That's where my impulsivity is sometimes. But anyhow, that was my rant. Let's get into it, Scorpios, and see what's going on, okay? What is going on here, please, for our lovely and amazing zodiac sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, coming on in to the next 24 hours. What's going to be showing up here for you beautiful peeps, rolling on into tomorrow. Let's check it out here, Team Scorpio. Overall energy for you is going to be the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Taking a look here at the current energy, we got here the 6 of Wands in reverse. What you're dealing with, we got a 7 of Wands in reverse. Looking at the outcome, 8 of Pentacles, Scorpio, in the upright position. Let's begin and talk about it. Scorpio peeps, you got a 10 of Pents reversed, paired here to a 6 of Wands in reverse as well. I want to say for you Scorpios, let's see, you got a 10 of Pents reverse, guys, 6 of Wands reverse. Right now, I don't think that you're feeling like something is going in a very successful direction. I do believe, however, with what you're dealing with being the 7 of Wands reversed, you are kind of at a point where you're becoming more vulnerable to that. and more open with that. This is about, like, I don't want you guys to take this in the wrong way, but I feel like you're realizing my ego is shattering and I'm becoming vulnerable with the fact that that's happening, and it's intense, but it's needed. Because it's one of those situations where your ego is telling you everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine, but it's not fine. And I think that your ego is trying to save you from looking at a situation that wasn't moving in the right direction. You know, maybe this was about having a million red flags in a relationship, but your ego was telling you, oh, he's not hurting me or cheating on me. But at the end of the day, your intuition was like, girl, he is, right? So sometimes our ego will try to protect us from harm without realizing that that protection did more harm than good. So I feel like a lot of you are letting go of your ego in the next 24 hours, and you're just looking at something straight up for what it is. And it's pretty eye-opening, but it's going to start getting you motivated to work this situation into something better. I always tell people, if you're not honest about where you're at, if you're not fully seeing where you're at, you can't create change. Because if you're going to tell yourself everything's fine when it's not going to get better. So I don't know particularly what this is, because it could be anything. It could be about your work. It could be about your relationship. It could be about your friendships, right? But the moment you start getting real with yourself is when you can start getting some real ass results. And that's what's happening here for you. It's like the ego is shattering, and it sucks and it hurts, but it's like, you know what? I'm glad it is, because now I can start to get to work on what actually needs work in my life without this protection or coping mechanism, if you will, getting in the way of the actual work I need to do. And I can't tell you guys how many times in my life that this has happened to me. I've had tons of times where my ego was standing in the way, where like it was trying to protect me, and it was hard for me to see what was actually going on in my life, because my ego would sit there and say everything's fine and dandy when it isn't. And I needed to have a real hard look at what was going on in order to create change. And it's happened to me multiple times in my life. And that's why the ego sometimes may not be the best of friends. It may be that enabler and that protector, but that protection is not always something that's a positive aspect of it, you know? So, like I said, I'm not here to step on anybody's toes. I'm not trying to make you feel some type of way with the words I'm saying. So I'm sorry if I did. But in your case, it's like it's good here to shatter this ego, because now I can start making moves and working on what needs to be worked on here accordingly, you know, without getting, you know, my own ego in the way, right? Absolutely. And I think that's fantastic, Scorpio. Take what resonates, of course, leave what doesn't, but let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Scorpio, thank you for stopping by. So we have done, everybody, all of our water. We have done all of our air. Coming up next, guys, is going to be fire, and it's going to be Team Aries that is coming up next, okay? Bum, bum, bum. Hey, very happy Mondays. How are you? That Cancer message is perfect for the full moon in the morning. Thanks so much, Aunt. You're so very welcome, my love. Happy to resonate with you. Bum, bum, bum. What's up, Sab? You said, I see my future things in dream, or I see my future in my dream. Some things are clear, but some of them are not so clear. What do I have to do? Please give me some guidance. So typically when a person sees their future in a dream, that's what's called or known as a premonition. Premonitions are where you experience something in a dream that actually ends up playing out in your waking and in your real life. Now, what I will say is, in terms of guidance, you know, there's not much necessarily to say. You can be foreseeing some of the things you will experience. Premonitions happen very often and regularly to many people, even those that don't necessarily consider themselves to be spiritualists or any, you know, even practice the craft of what we do here. But when it comes to premonitions, I don't have much knowledge on them personally, of how they happen or why they happen. I know they happen. I've had them before in my life. What I would say is that right now you're at a point where you have some extra insight. And I also like to look at premonitions sometimes as a wonderful fair warning of things that are to come. If you don't like what you see, you are reminded that you have the ability to make those changes. And if you like what you see, you're reminded to make certain actions happen in order to get to that desired result and outcome. So I don't have a lot of well-versed knowledge to give you, but what I will say is that by having that insight, if you didn't like what you see, prepare yourself to make great changes. If you love what you see, start continuing on that same path to keep on creating that future that you are basically experiencing right here and right now, okay? Marlene said, sorry, I'm late on those. I'm on the phone with my son, Marlene. You never have to apologize, girl. You work your ass off for the channel. I love you, dude. Appreciate you, dude. Never apologize, okay? What's up? Ashley says, hey, Aunt, I haven't caught you live in like a year. Dude, welcome back. Holy shit. It's been a minute, right? But thanks for catching up with me, Ashley. I appreciate that. Welcome in. All right, guys. What's going on, Marianne? How are you? What's going on, Jennifer? Hope you guys are well. Are they different than deja vu? Yeah, premonitions and deja vu is different. Deja vu is an interesting phenomenon. Some people have their own, takes on it. I don't feel like we have an actual answer yet of what deja vu is. I mean, some people have said like it's a parallel reality. So a version of you has lived that reality already, and your current version is living what your past version has lived out before. There's a lot of interesting theories of deja vu, but deja vu, I can say, and premonitions are two different things. Two different things for sure. But yeah, deja vu is a very interesting thing. Hey, Classy Conversations with Rhonda, you're welcome. Anyhow, guys, getting into the fire. Aries, let's see what's up with you, man. What do we got going on here for our Ram fam? What insight and information is showing up here, please? For the zodiac sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, rolling on in to the next 24 hours. We're going to get about 2 more shuffles here, Ram fam, and we'll see what's going on. Hopefully, we're looking at some awesome sauce for you beautiful peeps. Aries, overall energy for you guys is going to be the 7 of Cups here in reverse. Taking a look at the current energy, we have here the Death in reverse. What you're dealing with, y'all, you got a 4 of Swords in reverse, and looking at the outcome for you is going to be the World card in the upright position showing up here for you too. Ram fam members, 7 of Cups reversed here, Death reversed here. I feel like right now, one thing in particular in your life isn't changing, and looking at what you're dealing with here being the 4 of Swords reversed, I feel like you're ready to get back on into focusing on that and creating change. Let's say, for example, maybe a friendship has not been changing. Let's say you and somebody have been in a weird spot for a while. Maybe you took a break from it, and moving into tomorrow, it's like, okay, time to get back on track. Maybe a business you have wasn't changing the way you wanted it to, so you took a break. You're ready to get back on into it. I'm just picking up on an energy where you needed to take a break from something that wasn't changing. So in hopes that now that you return with a fresh mind, a clear conscience, we can start to make the changes applicable. We can start to make the changes happen. And I believe changes will start to happen for you. Looking at the outcome here, we have here the World card. This is the energy of out with the old and in with the new, the ending of one chapter so a new chapter can grow and flourish. This is about actually creating the changes you've wanted. I think that sometimes, guys, when we're experiencing resistance, it's great to take a break. When we're trying to make things change and nothing happens, it's good to back off, refresh your mind a little bit, gain some energy back, and get on into it, right? If something's frustrating you, it's never great to keep on doing something. If it's frustrating you, take a break, come back when you're calm, readdress it, and chances are you'll be much more efficient and it will be a success, rather than focusing on trying to change something when it's already not working for you and you're already stressed out. I've had many things like that happen in my life. When I'm stressed making videos, I recognize, what, this probably isn't good for me. I'm not going to make any videos if I'm stressed. Let me go ahead and relax for a bit, get back on into it later. Then when I get back into it later, I'm cool, calm, and collected. I'm in a flow state, and it works out better this time. So sometimes breaks are totally worth it. We need breaks, and especially when we're in a state of stress, it's great to have a break, because when you come back feeling refreshed, you can make the applicable changes you need to. So this is great. I love it for you. If you've taken a break from someone or something, I do feel like you can expect coming into tomorrow to jump back into it, and I think you're actually going to make the changes you've wanted to make, which is great. So this looks good, okay? Shout out my Aries gang. Love you, Ram fam. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have done, guys, all the fire, the water, and the air. Let's get on into our last but are not least zodiac and see what's popping in here for Team Taurus, okay? Let's go ahead here and have a look. What insight and information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus rolling on in to the next 24 hours. This is not the weekend reading. But what's going on here for Team Taurus, please? In the next 24 hours, what is popping here for our bull gang? Taurian overall energy for you, baby. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. Current energy for ya, we got here an Ace of Swords in reverse. What you're dealing with, guys, 10 of Swords in reverse, looking at the outcome for you. We do have here a 3 of Cups in reverse as well. I think you're happy about not giving up on something. You are recognizing you're playing the long game. It's interesting because sometimes we have to remember, like, a long-term investment, or sorry, a short-term investment can create short-term success. A long-term investment can create long-term success, right? So with that being said, I feel like Taurians here are playing the long game. You have really been invested in something. Maybe it's career-wise, love-wise, your personal path-wise. I don't know your life, but you've been invested in something for the long term. And sure, you have seen moments where the future didn't seem so clear and where you wonder to yourself, why have I been so patient? Why have I continued making an investment? But at the end of the day here, 10 of Swords reversed, 3 of Cups reversed, at the end of the day, even though you're not necessarily happy with the fact that you've been invested in something for so long and haven't seen all the changes you've wanted to see, Knight of Pentacles says changes have still happened. And even though it's not super quick, even though it's not amazingly huge in terms of the changes that have happened, change has still happened. And when you play the long game and when you make the long-term investments, you get the long-term results. You get the long-term success. For those people who are like, all right, I'm going to go on a fucking diet, right? And I'm just going to fucking, you know, do like 1 meal a day, and I'll do it for like 6 months and drop 20 pounds and then not stick with a workout regimen. And then after 6 months and I lose, you know, the amount I want to lose, like that's that. You'll get the short-term success. If you don't keep up with it though, not going to happen. Now, if you decide to say, okay, I'm going to eat 3 meals a day, but make sure I go to the gym 5 times a week and I'm constantly doing what I can to tone my body, the more you do that, even if it's a slower result, the more long-term your success will be because you're not quitting or stopping, right? Let's say we're talking about money. You might be putting a little bit of money aside to invest in a 401k. And sure, it might take a while for that to really grow into something that's a nice, comfortable nest egg. But you could also put a fuck ton of money into something for a short amount of time. What's going to have more money at the end of the day? The short amount of time invested or the little amount that's invested over the rest of your fucking life, over the next 30 years? You're going to have way more fucking money for the long game than the short game, right? So I feel like if there's any message coming out of this reading for you, Taurus, it's to remind you that it's okay to play the long game. It's okay to be patient as fuck. Be aggressively patient. Keep on doing what you're doing. Don't give up, okay? And don't take the shortcuts, because the shortcuts never lead you anywhere good. Keep on doing what you're doing and kick ass. It doesn't have to be major progress, but small steps equal massive wins. I say it every day, almost every day on this channel. It does, all right? And even though right now, sure, short-term success can seem great, we want to aim for longevity. So the more you stay invested in that long period of time, the longer your results are going to be and the better your results are going to be too. I feel like if there's any message coming out of this, Taurus, whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. Don't give up. Okay? I love you. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Shout out to my bull gang. Thank you so much for tuning on in, okay? All right, everybody. Shout out Team Taurus. You are our last but not least sign of the night. Wishing you all well. And of course, wishing you all well as well with this full moon coming up in the next 24 hours. Brace yourselves, everybody. Be well and enjoy yourselves. Take your time to write out intentions of what you want to manifest. Set some intentions of what you wish to release. Really work with this Sagittarian energy well. Heather Ann said, dude, by the way, Aunt, I just realized it looks like a moon above the left side behind you. Neat. Yep, actually that is a moon. So I planned that out intentionally. My girlfriend actually was able to curate the moon. She made it out of the rope lights that we got, but I had the idea of a crescent moon. I thought it would be super cool, especially as it's branded with CancerMoonsTarot to add to the sides. So she ended up making the actual shape of it, and it came out really great. It doesn't get picked up super amazing on camera as it does in person. In in person. It's stunning, but it's cool either way to have. So yeah, thanks for noticing. I appreciate that. Anyhow though, guys, with that all being said, everybody, guys, thank you for coming out, babes, to the daily reading. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you're new, hit that fucking subscribe button and join the damn channel, because what are you doing if you're not subscribed? If you like the vibes, if you like the channel, hit the subscribe button, join the soul fam. I'll be glad to have you. We all would, okay? In regards to those of you that are here, hit that like button, guys. It's a free way to support me. If you want to support me in any way, smash that like button, leave a comment on this video. Let me know if you resonate with the read. Let me know how your day's going. I would love to hear from you, so feel free to drop a comment down below. Even for all of you silent watchers out there, come on out of your shells today. Come say hi. I would love to say hi to you too. With that being said though, guys, a couple of things to note as always. If you guys want to get yourselves a personal reading with me, you can always feel free to do that by heading over to CancerMoonsTarot.com, okay? If you're interested in a reading, book me today, okay? Other than that, I'm wishing you all a wonderful night and a wonderful full moon in Sagittarius. I hope you enjoy yourselves coming into your next 24. I will bid you all good night. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Be safe. I love and appreciate y'all, and I will catch you all in the next video. Take care and have yourselves a good one. Peace.